Extract from the Prelude by William Wordsworth. Written in 1798, revised in 1850. This narrative poem is an extract from a much longer work, about 8,000 lines, and which William Wordsworth worked on for much of his adult life. At its simplest level, the Prelude is an autobiographical work where Wordsworth describes his spiritual growth and explains how his views of the world changed as he grew older. The extract we're studying is from early on and focuses on a pivotal moment for Wordsworth when he was a young boy living in the Lake District in Cumbria. The extract tells the story in three parts: stealing a rowing boat at dusk and rowing it across the lake, feeling threatened by a hilly peak on the other side, and rowing back to return the boat, and how the events lingered in Wordsworth's mind for a long time afterwards. The young Wordsworth knows that stealing the rowing boat is wrong. He uses the oxymoron troubled pleasure to convey his mixed feelings. In his defence, Wordsworth claims that he was led on by nature. Perhaps it was the beauty of the scenery or the warmth of the evening which encouraged him. Whatever the reason, at first he is enjoying the moment, taking pride in his abilities as a skilled rower, and Wordsworth describes the beauty of nature and the reflection of moonlight on the water. This moment of pleasure changes abruptly from line 21, when the hill he's rowing towards becomes larger and more menacing as he gets closer. This peak is personified to resemble a giant full of menace and intimidation. The implication is that nature has turned against the rower and is now rebuking him for having stolen the boat. It certainly frightens the young Wordsworth, who rapidly retreats and restores the stolen boat to its rightful place. The remainder of the extract focuses on the impact this has on Wordsworth and the lasting impression it left on him. He will still be drafting these lines in his old age. He cannot rid himself of the image of the hill seeming to come after him, and the young boy is beginning to realize the two sides to nature. It can delight, but also disturb. What formerly he had seen simply as objects of natural beauty, he now realizes are also objects of something more troubling, and which reflect how insignificant humanity really is. As a boy in the poem, he can only dimly understand this, but in real life, Wordsworth would later recognize it as what he and his other romantic poets like Shelley would call the sublime. This is a complicated idea, but when a person experiences the sublime, it causes a sense of awe and wonder resulting in powerful feelings. Stealing the rowing boat is an important moment in Wordsworth's development as a person, because it was the first time he became aware of the sublime in nature. He understands that nature is magnificent and deserves the utmost respect. Such an understanding of nature and humanity's place in it would go on to shape his worldview and his poetry as an adult. The power of nature is central in the lines of the Prelude, and is also explored in Ozymandias, Storm on the Island, and Exposure. The young Wordsworth learns an important lesson in remaining humble when faced with powerful forces, a lesson also shared in Storm on the Island, but ignored in Ozymandias and My Last Duchess.